Dragon Spirit shit BBC Micro loading screen. It's a bloody multi-load, isn't it? What a bastard. When you press pause on this shit, it gets a bit fucked up actually. I don't like it. Obviously on a real CPC don't have these problems, only me not willing to spend like 200-300 quid on a 6128 and you know, go to floppy drive setup. Although I got them on it already, they're still quite expensive, the old 6128s. And if they don't work, what most people do is they just say, sorry, I ain't got any discs to test out the disk drive, and they just have a picture of it powered on, you know. So you're not going to save any money there. Might have to save some battery time though. There we go. Nice graphics. What happened there? Nice graphics, but the play area is very small. Very claustrophobic. It's like vertical Zynaps, mate. I don't think I can get them. I think you have to press a different fire button to get them. I can't remember. And is it space? Oh, you've got to press the enter key. That's just great. So you can't even put the CPC keyboard on the floor and hammer it with your fucking Adidas boots. So it's pretty unplayable because some knob decided not to use the spacebar. It's a shame really. So you can only really enjoy this on emulators now. It's nothing to do with the modern emulation community or nothing. It's just bad programming. I wouldn't want to play this back then if I've got you won't be able to hold the joystick and then keep pressing, because you have to keep pressing the return key all the time, see? So basically you've got to hold down the fire button and hold down the enter button. No wonder everyone gets a fucking bad back by the time they get to their fucking 50s, mate. This is how you got to play the game. It's ridiculous. Use the space bar, you cocksuckers. Or just fire both at the same time. It's not like you're limited in any way. Yeah, that's a shame because it's probably not bad. I can't remember what the problem is with the C64 version. But, yeah, the green they've used for the trees is that NES pukey green colour, which I don't like. So you can't really avoid the stuff that's on the floor. It's not like Terra Cresta, which sadly did not come out for the CPC. And Gary Bracey couldn't tell you why. He's too busy counting his money. A fucking idiot. Ah, bollocks, mate. It's all bollocks. If he tells me, well, it's a multi-load as well, so yeah, that's enough. Chocolabnis Detective. That's a brilliant advert. That blonde woman on there is really hot. Anyway, this is Wrestling Superstars by Detective Designs for Codemasters. A non-scrolling game with a tiny screen, apparently. Or maybe it's just a loading screen. We'll see. Okay, this is Wrestling Superstars. Codemasters 1993, apparently. Playtesting by Emily. Quick before it loads. Yeah, about there somewhere. So this is the Spanish version of Dragon Ninja. Why loading the Spanish version? Well, it's the only one that's got a trainer option for a taping. Yes, it is a multi-load. Yes, it is going to be a pain in the arse. But I want to see how this turned out. My cousin. Hey, don't scratch the walls, buddy. I ain't got any more of that like. My cousin loved Dragon Ninja on the Amiga because he loved the arcade game. And it didn't really matter how shit the Amiga version was, and he's pretty shit. Back in the day when they were writing any old shit, there was no quality control. There was no. See, what you're supposed to do if you bid for a contract to write a bit of software, there are milestones, and the first one is usually prove that you can do the job. Ooh! Just about managed to hit pause there before the waveform started. 2, use a joystick. So yeah, I suppose there are people that he wore out his cover disc demo of Dragon Ninja. I'll tell you that for nothing. Ah, Jonathan done. Jonathan the prick done. Yeah, go on then. Let's go. I did select joystick, I'm sure. Okay, so that's a bit weird. The pause feature on your CDT to WAV doesn't work properly. It's a bit shit. Maybe the auto pause works great, but it's like I said, it's a shit way of you know. This is nothing like SD to IAC. On that one, it's just a matter of do the cracks work with the SD to IAC. I mean, you can physically put the disk images on the SD card and attempt to load them. That's never a problem. But with this, yeah, you don't know what's going to go on in it. So it was James Bond Turbo Data. The loser, because it's 007. Zero. James Bond the 0. Let's try and remember that. So I've done hundreds of these bloody videos. Got no idea what to do with them. They're kind of grouped together in like 2-ish hour sort of things. I suppose I could split them off. It would be a real pain in the arse. I have to now re-download them if I want to do that, because I ain't got space on the camera's SD card. Oh, hang on, give me a chance, mate. Oh, bloody hell's not bad. Yeah, scrolling's not too bad. That's the first thing I was waiting for. How'd you jump up? How'd you get back on the platforms? Oh, I've done like that. Oh look, there's a lorry. I don't think that lorry thing happens on the C64 version. How'd you pick shit up there? How'd you jump back up there? I was diagonal, is it? So yeah, we've got the old Infidados, isn't it? I think it's number 9 we've got to start loading now. After this bit. And we will get to the end of this level, because the most important thing I want to see is the big lorry with the scrolling road business going on. Okay, let's just get on with it now. You know I'm not actually playing it properly, so there we go, got an enemy there in it. It's Tiger Man from Buck Rogers, isn't it? Yeah, maybe if I sort out the cable for the hi-fi. See, the thing is, when they started doing Amstrad games properly, it's when all the great musicians had fucked off and left the C64. That's, Xenon doesn't have a David Whittaker soundtrack on the C64, although I think the Amstrad version does. So I think we've got to go to 09. Ooh. What do you mean game over? I said yes to all the trainer options that were in fucking hell, just fucking do it already, mate. Unless Y means no in Spanish. I wonder how much time they're wasting scrolling the stuff back behind there. Ooh. I think you've got to do a diagonal jump to get up here. I don't know how I did it last time. That's how I did it, however that was. There we go. That's a glorified express radius. So, I think this is, I mean, based on the capabilities of the hardware, of the host platform, this is as good as the Amiga version. Obviously not in reality, I'm not talking about that. Compared to what you got on the Amiga and what you get in here, I mean. But yeah, like I was saying, the later Amstrad games like this and Robocop and Golden Axe, they do have like acceptable scrolling, perfect, and Sly Spy, although there's no sound on that. So. But by that time, the C64 soundtracks were generally shit. Most of the people you know and love on the old SID scene had either fucked off to another country or were doing Amiga stuff. Maybe one of the things was, anyway, one of the things was immunata or something, which I presume means immunity. So, ooh, I wouldn't mind having diplomatic immunity, I can tell you that. I could have some fun with a scum class if I had that. Sorry officer, his head accidentally came in contact with my bullet when it was in the air. Diplomatic immunity, see you later, mate. I'm going home now for a good shit. There you go, mate. There you go. So this can't be a lorry because this is more like a train. There's so many carriages. Although they were thinking of doing these things called road trains where they have like one lorry and like 3 or 4 carriages behind it. And I'm like, and they were going to streamline the front of the lorry and stuff for aerodynamics. Yeah, give him some of your nunchucks in it. So this is very playable. And because we're talking about an era where the SID has less of an advantage, yeah, I don't really give a shit what you think, mate. There is no way Jonathan Dunn can be mentioned in the same sentence as Martin Galway, David Whittaker or Rob Hubbard. Enough with the fucking scrolling. Ah, he is the enemy now, isn't he? So I don't think I am actually cheating on this. I don't know how many credits I've got left. Because the time is going down. And yeah, this game is a time limit game as well. I think we've got to do number 9 here, go to next stage, right? So I think it was number 9. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, you have to remember that. I mean, in the days when, you know, Hubbard was doing his things, the Amstrad version was usually a flip screen affair. Now, they did eventually learn how to do things properly. I mean, things like Slice by Golden Axe are a perfect example of why is every single MSX game, even the Japanese one, a character-based scroll. There must be a technical reason, because the CPU can definitely scroll it, and you know, the Amstrad screen memory is like a whopping 16K. It's enormous. In fact, the Commodore 65 is the only 256 colour machine, or less, if you want to use less colours, that had the same sort of pseudo hardware screen memory compression that things like ColorRAM would give you. And it did have character based modes and things like that, so that would have been a phenomenal machine. So, you know, people say, oh, it's only a 4 megahertz CPU. Yeah, but it's pretty much the same CPU as the SNES. Not exactly the same, but you know, it's not a 4 megahertz 6502. So it's going to be a little... What do you mean game over? Pop pop. Ah, what bastard. Right, next game. Just about made it for the loading screen now. Oh, actually, yeah, on the C64 loading screen, it's not this one, is it? It's different. I don't know who did the Ocean release of Whizball. Was it Ocean themselves, or was it like another company? Anyway, Whizball, things like Whizball, sort of like 1987, or was that Parallax? It was 1987. But they're not that far apart. One came after the other. They're sort of like the pinnacle of C64 gaming. Not those specific games. That was the era where, okay, like now and in the past, you know, the C64 software catalogue was mighty. There were some stinkers, but it was mighty. It's only like after 1988, you know, talking 89, 90 onwards, it was like 90% shit coming out for the C64. There's all the shit screen modes and really dumb ideas and crap coding. There was a few exceptions like Power Drift, Turbo Outrun, but we went more towards the Chase HQ and the Outruns. Outrun is not that bad a game engine, but it doesn't draw the side of the road and the road in a different colour. That's a real problem. The other problems are easy to fix. You just change the graphics, because some of the graphics are okay, the cars are okay, some of the roadside objects are okay, some of the roadside objects look like fucking digitised 2-year-old fucking paintings, mate. Like they're Wendy houses that you drive past. Anyway, hopefully this will load. See what I mean? They didn't even attempt to do the music. So, you know, this is really the situation. I left the C64 at the end of '87. I never bought any more games after that. So, Risk was actually the last game I bought. I think it was Risk. It could have been Bubble Bobble, but Bubble Bobble is not really... It's a nice game, but it's not the same as Risk. Risk was like a fantastic way to sign off from the C64 and avoid all the fucking torrent of shit and piss that ended up on the machine years later. Would I have gone to a CPC after the C64? No, because the arcade games I was playing in '86 couldn't be done properly on an 8-bit system. PC Engine is 12-bit minimum. It's got 16-bit custom chips and 16-bit RAM access to those custom chips. So really, but for people who got a computer like 86, 87, because it was very difficult to get like the older games, and you try buying a copy of Beachhead for the C64 in 1990, see what I mean? You might get Beachhead 2, but who wants Beachhead 2? Not me. Okay, that wasn't very good. Okay, let's try the other way then. I didn't have this much problems the first time I played the C64 version. Come on, mate. It's a bit infuriating. I mean, the CPC has only got like one grayscale. Oh, you can actually fight. Oh, bloody hell. One knob. There we go. Now we can get on with the game. Come on. There you go. So you can at least control your left and right. So it's a flip screen game now. They haven't even tried now. So there's no music, it's flip screen, and the C64 version is, has got great graphics, better graphics, because you can't do more than one grayscale on the Amstrad. Like I said, sometimes you need more than that. That's just the way it is. Now I can play it properly. I didn't actually want that fucking fire up. Power up for the firing. We need that to collect the paint, I believe. So. Oh shit. Yeah, it's not remotely the same game. So, you know, the levels with the colour are going to be nice, but when you start off with a grey, you're always onto a bit of a loser there. There you go. Let me get that sorted. There you go. So I need one more. I don't want the two-way fire up, that fucks me up there. So I need the catalytic, whatever it's called, which is a cat. Hilarious, huh? Even the sound effects are not as good, because it's like there's electric guitar, not sampled, it's using 3 sig waveforms. There's the sound of shattering glass, all that kind of stuff, which Martin Galway, his genius, has made possible. I never heard Jonathan Dunn make the sound of, you know, Jimi Hendrix quality electric guitar on the Seedmate, or Tim Folin, although he does a mean flute, bless him. Ah shit, I didn't actually, bollocks. We ain't got enough of the things now. Buddy, your tail's in the way, isn't it? Good boy. This is a difficult game at best. However, what keeps you coming back is all the presentation and everything, isn't it? Shut up, you fucking scum class cocksucker. Fuck off! Fucking knobs. Just go to war with Ukraine so I can send all these cocksuckers overseas to get fucking killed by the Russians. Get some use out of the fucking Russians at least. There we go, that's essential. I'm good for power-ups, like, you know. Now, bloody hell, This is very difficult game. Yeah, so you've taken away everything basically. Could do with a better zip stick, but I don't think it'd help with this game. So it could be worse, right? But then the biggest challenge of converting this game was always going to be the scrolling. Now, to be fair, there's no slowdown on the controls later on, you know, when there's loads of stuff to shoot on the screen. But I don't know. Flip screen is never a solution, mate. It's a fucking compromise, isn't it? And because it's flip screen, the enemies kind of like, they're just instantly appearing. You're trapped in that screen. And you have to shoot. See, that doesn't happen on the C6. So this is a classic example of, you know, there was a time to get a C64. And there probably was a time when the Amstrad CPC was, you know, just as good an alternative. But it wasn't 1986 or 87, I don't think. It took a lot longer for people to get to grips with the old Amstrad's, you know, CPU based setup. I don't like this game because it's already a difficult game, and if you do that with the scrolling, you make it worse. It's like having a flip screen gauntlet game. It's a shit idea. It's a good time to talk about the other problem with the Amstrad. The Amstrad built-in so-called turbo loader is only twice as fast as the one built in to the VIC-20 and therefore the C64. You know, the one where you just get the blank screen. That's why things like Ikari Warriors and a few other single load, you know, 50-something K games like Manic Miner take 12 and a half minutes to load. Now the difference there is, after about 1983, nobody used the built-in thing and everyone was doing their own turbo loader. Load being probably the most famous, but there was, you know, of the ones that people could license. Ocean didn't license their loaders to other people. So I'm spending at least twice as long loading in Amstrad games. Most C64 games are done in like 5-6 minutes. And these are not small games. Small games like Crazy Comets are done in less than 2 minutes. So there is that. Anyway, it is a full colour loading screen, but for some reason they're pretty much, apart from the orange there and the pukey green, they're using the BBC Micro colours. So not very good pixel artist there. Now Wonder Boy is a shit looking game on the C64. You want the, you know, that game by the Powerhouse called The Enforcer or something else. It's the same game. No, the Equalizer, that's what it's called. But that was the name of the re-release. There was an original version that had a different name. Maybe they had to change it and a few things for legal reasons. I don't know, mate. But that is the other thing. So, you know, there is no way you could say the CPC is better than the C64. And I'm not talking, and that's just not talking about the SID business. Because the SID would always be better than the AYYM chip, which is why the Atari ST sold so poorly. Once the Amiga 500 came out. What are you doing, buddy? Don't eat plastic, huh? You're a devil for eating those plastic things. So, you know, there is no sort of reason, unless you're a fucking fanboy prick, why you would say C64's rubbish, browns and greens, muted colour pack. Well, you know, if you're one of those dum-dums who are so stupid they don't know how to fucking tune in a computer into a TV, and you had to buy, you know, a £350 Amstrad colour monitor bundle, well, that's your problem, mate. That's not the Commodore engineer's problem. You know, there are certainly a lot of disadvantages with the way Commodore did their graphics, but most of it is because probably about 80-75% of C64 games, especially the later ones, even more so, they use the shit character-based mode with no colour ramp. Now with Iridium, that was an issue with, to get that sort of speed and response time, Android Bravebook had to do it like that. I've got no idea why on Iridium 2 on the Amiga he didn't make the obstacles a bit more garishly obvious, so you could actually enjoy the game. But on the C64 there is an argument, at that time he couldn't do it any better. He couldn't scroll the colour ramp and keep that sort of speed up. And speaking of speed of scrolling, people keep going on about fucking Sonic is on the C64. Well, it's not, it's on the C64 and a very rare piece of hardware that nobody fucking owns. So it's for emulator cunts only. People who would like to play these games, whether they can or not, on real hardware with a zip stick, they can't play Sonic, mate. But the interesting thing is, look, all of you out, go on. Stop going in my bloody Wheater bits. And you, what are you doing on my chair? Go on. Psh. But there is actually a hack for Sega Master System Sonic 1, and they've completely changed all the graphics and everything, and it looks a lot more like the Mega Drive version and sounds a lot more like the Mega Drive version. So that's not even the version you would play on the Master System today. It'd be a lot cheaper to play the Mega Drive version of Master System Sonic 1 on real hardware than it would to play Sonic allegedly for the C64, which isn't. It's Sonic for the RAM expansion unit, REU. And that's because the person who's writing it, he can't code for shit. So no. So the backgrounds are very muted, almost C64 quality, but the characters are very bright. A bit like those shit films where they've done blue screen stuff and the lighting is all wrong. Banana in the tailpipe? Maybe, but not for me today, thank you. The music is horrendous, scrolling is choppy, and the pixel art should be shot. This is not a good game. Amstrad. I appear to have a skateboard now in the jungle. I don't know how that would work. About as well as my gameplay on this video, I guess. Back to the beginning. I'd rather be playing Smurf Rescue on the ColecoVision if I'm honest. Why can't I fire anything anymore? Ah, bollocks. Why can't I get that one? Oh, bit slow as well. You know, the response to your character. Yeah, graphics are horrible for the Amstrad. The Amstrad can do much better than this. That is the advantage of the Amstrad. The 16 colour mode is far more flexible. This is not a good game. It's not a good game on any system, I reckon. I'll never play the arcade version of this either, so again, we got no hammers to shoot at anything. Ah, fucking hell. I'd say the collision detection is a bit suspect as well, if you ask me. I think it's a shit game anyway. I don't know why I loaded this. Maybe it's the other Wonder Boy game that looks alright. Bit of the old jungle hunt there for you, sir. Solid black backgrounds which get a big fat from me on the C64. We've got to be fair, Oh fucking oh, bloody hell. No, you can't jump on him. It's not Castle of Illusion, Mad Commodore. Well, I ain't got anything to shoot him with, so... And the jump controls are a bit iffy, if I'm honest. It makes it difficult to judge with a choppy scrolling, so you still have to go past that. There's no way for me to make that jump while he's there, so unless I've got the hammers... Next! BBC Micro loading screen is nice for the BBC Micro, but anyway. Let's see how we get on with this, because this should be a multi-load game. And the spaces between each block of data is massive actually. You could fit entire galaxies in there, I reckon. Wow, it's nearly finished. Maybe all the track data is in something called unknown block 0166. So we're on turbo data 163, and then we've got 2 more of those. So I'm not really sure how this multi-load is going to work. I won't be able to multi-load fuck all on this after I press pause and play, because you can't scroll down the window. Like I said, CD key to WAV is a bit iffy. For multi-load games, a few of them, you're going to have to split up the WAV files, which I haven't got any utilities to do. I have to investigate that, but really there's so few. I think Final Fight is one that I'd have to do it for, but I don't think Final Fight is a good conversion on the Amstrad, or any 8-bit really. I'm not interested in the Spectrum, mate, because I'm not interested in Spectrum graphics. But, you know what I mean, technically you need something like a SNES to do Final Fight anyway, so going all the way back to the ZX Spectrum graphics is, shit, see, let's do my difficulty level is MC, not hammer. Shit, what have I done? I don't know where it's loading now. The graphics have gone a bit corrupt. I really wanted to see this as well. I'm not sure what it's actually loading. There's still 2/3 of the... We've gone into about 2/3 of the tape image. And we're on turbo data 165 at the moment. I don't know what unknown block at the end would be. So maybe all the turbo data is down the bottom, but as soon as we get to the end, see, I can't press pause anymore. I didn't quite put, so there's loads of massive like blank areas, but not where you fucking need them. Yeah. I'm not going to be buying any more like games for any system. I would only consider buying, you know, cheap hardware to actually, you know, use emulator files with real hardware. So that doesn't include buying a 6128 and a Gotek USB. I haven't got that. I haven't got 250 quid to spend on playing a few more Amstrad games. But I'm just curious to see what the frame rate is like. So I've specifically not gone on YouTube to check it. Camera battery is doing quite well though, so I might have another go. Does it search through the entire single block? I don't really want to fuck about press play or anything. If I press stop, it'll go right to the top and then we're all fucked, to be honest. All I did was press enter after putting my fucking name in. I wanted to do a championship circuit, so I don't know what it's loading now. And there's no side B of the tape. It is literally just one tape image that I've got here. You know, I could check that on. Yeah, it's gone all the way to the end of the block now. That is it. So the 0166 unknown block, that doesn't actually mean anything. And it didn't work. So we're at the end of the tape image now. So I've got no idea. Ah, well, that's a bust, that is, because it's finished. Bollocks. This is a shit way of playing these games. Shit. You really do need a 6128 and a Gotek floppy drive. Well, it didn't come up with that message before. Press play, then any key. So, and we did manage to pause it just within a millisecond of the next block. So doing the championship now. Now if I could make the window bigger on your CDT to WAV thing, I could just keep constantly clicking on 0164 turbo data track. But once you stop the tape, you can't actually do that. So anyway, I just checked on CPC Power, and that is the same. Grand Prix Circuit UK 1990 original tape. There is no side A and side B business going on. Let's have a look if there's another release. No, that is the only tape that you can download, which is probably the same as this one I'm loading now. Although the sizes are a bit different. So, could try that, but no, last time something funny happened and I think it just basically crashed, so I'm not sure how this is going to work. How's it picking up all the track data from one single track of, block of data? When I say track, sometimes I mean, a track like you'd have in MP3. MP3 does support like tracks within it. It's rare, but I do have some MP3s where it does have like a thing in it. I'd just like to play one circuit of this, so the music's quite funky on the C64. It's very, soft rock American shit, but, for a game on the 8-bit, it's actually not bad. So they haven't even attempted that, but none of that really matters on a racing game. Lotus 2 would still be a great racing game, even without like the music tracks and things going on when you load it and all that. It's coming to the end of the tape, so does it search through the entire... Well, you'd think it would stop at one point, and if we're doing the championship, we should find the first one. Hey, which one are you? Okay. Oh crap, now what do we do? I didn't actually want this. Prepared to call them. Oh, bloody hell. It's actually slower than the C64 version. It's doing 1 frame per second, not 2 to 3. There's no cars on the road or anything yet. Yeah, it's not worth playing a racing game at this bit. I mean, the C64 version is bad enough on the frame rate. Accolade can't program for shit though. The Amiga version is not that much faster than the C64 version. But I don't know what it'd be like on the Amiga 1200. It might be quite nice on that. I used to play a lot of games on the Amiga 1200 that weren't AGA games, just to get the extra speed. Now obviously after I sold my Amiga 1000 and the 2000 stopped working, I played all my Amiga games on the 1200, until I got an Amiga 4000 in 95, and then I had to sell it in 97 because I was buying a house. I'd had enough of, you know, living in a fucking rented place. It was bullshit, mate. I'm only bothering to qualify because I want to see how slow it gets when it has to draw like 2-3 cars in front of you. And we're going to be at the back of the qualifying queue anyway. So it's surprisingly more playable than hard driving, which also does like 1 frame per second on the C64. So the graphic update is very slow though. Maybe 1.5. It's about 2/3, half the speed of the C64 version, and this is the best it's going to get because there's no sprites to, you know, hardware sprites to draw the cars. They all have to be drawn with a CPU too. So it's a terrible routine, and they're drawing the stripes on the road like fucking Chase HQ using the CPU. That's a shit way of doing it. Should never do that. Have a solid colour then. Make one of those greens the entire background colour, and then you don't have to draw anything except the road and erase what you've just drawn. It's a really shit way of doing it actually. So we do have some damage even though I haven't actually crashed into anything. Nah, I won't play this. And the problem is on the C64, the version for the SD to IC, the championship mode doesn't work. It'll never go on to the next track. It keeps playing the same track over and over, so you have to do single race. But you still get to play all the tracks, and you know. That's a shame really, because I probably would sit down and do an entire season on the C64 version. I've not done a fucking lap yet, come on already, mate. I'm tempted just to fucking crash out so it will just go on to the next bit, but if it says rewind the tape then we're a bit fucked if I'm honest. I should be 0164 anyway. So they've put all the, you know, the multi-load stuff in one block, have they? That's a bit weird, because it goes right to the end of the tape before it comes up with all the tracks. This is one shit piece of coding, I tell you. Can't even see where, oh there I am. And fucking hell, we've got miles to go, right. Push it more! It might end up crashing any second now. Well, the damage meter hasn't gone up when I went off the track there, so engine is redlining at the moment, so it's going to be a terrible time anyway. But yeah, the graphics themselves are quite nice. You know, the background and the mountains and all that. They're absolutely fine. Oh, okay. Of course we're last by a huge margin. Here we go. Let's check out the frame rate. What's the camera saying? It is a fucking animated slideshow. You wouldn't. Nah, it's not nice. This is how I expected the C64 version to be, if I'm honest. Well, we're up to 2 frames per second now that I've overtaken them. I think I overtook them. Did I overtake them? Yeah, I think we've seen enough of this game. This is not a good game on the Amstrad. The graphics are fine. And the sound effects are perfectly adequate. There's no music, which doesn't really matter, but like I said, this is what I expected this game to be like on the C64, and I was pleasantly surprised. So it's like the C64 version without the pleasantly surprised aspect. It's a terrible game. Absolutely terrible. Right, Formula 1 Simulator it is by Mastertronic next. Formula 1 Simulator by Mastertronic. Automatic gears, thank you. The track is dry. A bit like my humour. Okay, it's a completely different type of game, never mind being anything like the C64 version. This is more like Rally Driver on the C64. Although at 4 or 5 times the frame rate, I might add, therefore making it playable. This is actually quite a good game for the C64, definitely. Would have been happy with it. I can't remember if you instantly crash out on the C64 version. I really can't. See, I don't want to qualify, that's the thing. I actually want to race because I want to see what the speed is like. I can't remember if you get an indication of where you are on the map. On the circuit map on the C64. See, on pole position, yes, you blow up when you touch the sides of the track, but it doesn't end the game. That's a time-based thing. You're going to have to play this as if I'm playing Revs. I'm going to have to go back and have a look at my video for Formula 1 Simulator, but I don't think I've done a real live tape testing thing. Right, this is where we crashed out. I wish I could avoid having to do the qualifying, because it's fine if you actually want to play the game, but if you just want to test out the game quickly for a short video review, just to check the frame rate and things like that, then that's a bit different. As soon as the track starts curving left, there you go. You're going to have to be a bit of a cautious Colin before we can be a negative Nancy. Yeah, a little sex change in the middle there. What's wrong with that there? He's saying that there's like a U-turn coming up. Not a U-turn. Hairpin bend. Oh shit. My cat. There's the hot coffee there. You asshole, you put me off. Just because you crash, it shouldn't mean you can't actually do a race. But anyway, it is what it is. The pattern is the pattern, which makes more sense to me. It actually means exactly the same thing. I just don't like the phrase, it is what it is. I suppose it's a polite way of saying you get what you're given by the universe even sometimes, and there's fuck all you can do about it, mate, in some situations. Right, prepare to race. What? What's with those ZX Spectrum graphics there? It is mode 1, I think, this game. Yeah, it is. Of course it is. So I think mode 1 is a mistake. I bet as soon as I touch one of them cars, it's game over for me. And now we're actually skidding. So is the frame rate worse now? There's hardly any cars on the track. It is actually, the frame rate is now kind of half. It's okay. the sort of thing I'd expect on a ZX Spectrum in 1983, 82 if I'm honest. But then again, it is a budget game. So, you know, as a budget game, I suppose it's alright. It's just not the instant classic that is, you know, Formula 1 simulator. So I can't catch him with my crappy automatic gearbox. For some reason the handling improves as the frame rate goes down. So we are getting overtaken quite a lot actually. We've lost like another place now. What the hell was he doing on the straight there? Unless we're doing a back marker. No, we're in 4th position, so this is kind of like revs on the C64 as a gaming experience. I'm talking like right, Speed King it is then. That's the loading screen for Flying Shark, and actually I don't know why I'm talking fast. Battery warning isn't even showing on the camera LCD. It's alright actually. I don't know. Like I say, I can't adjust the contrast and the brightness separately unless I have the CPC connected to a real TV. Amy, why I gotta use this bloody this emergency litter tray, you little shit. Anyway, yeah, whatever. There we go, there we go. Oh look, it's from Graph Gold. Okay, so it's going to be like that, is it? A third of the screen. How do we start the game? I'm pressing for it. Fuck it. Oh no, it's mode 1 wank. Ah, oh, great. Graph Gold did a lot of ZX Spectrum games, so I suppose they thought, oh, I killed 2 birds with one. So, well, you killed my fucking £10 pocket money. You cunt! You cunt! Why don't you do it properly, motherfucker? It's a loss for the Amstrad, because as shit as Flying Shark is on the C64, and I do think it is shit, because the way they've done it, you can always play what's it called, Sky Shark, which is the American version. It's a completely different game. I think only the sound is done by the same people. Anyway. So that's a lose-lose situation. Look mate, if I wanted a Spectrum I would have saved 150 quid and got a Spectrum. This is shit. Rubbish. I don't want to play this. What idiot decides it's better to have 12 less colours and 50% higher resolution? An idiot basically, or a lazy cunt who's already done the Spectrum graphics. And I can just transfer them to the Amstrad motor. It's a real shitfest wank, this is. So this is the Amstrad stigma. You get lovely 16-bit coin-op conversions rendered down to the Spectrum graphics. Okay, maybe they're like monochrome on the Spectrum and there's no attribute RAM used at all. But if they do use attribute RAM, it's not even Spectrum graphics. Because technically Spectrum can do 16 colours per scan line without any hardware assistance. Alright, 8 scan lines in a block of, you know, 8 rows, whatever. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, nah, this is shit. I should have just loaded Speed. Speed King it is for real this time. For real. Well, it should be lined up. Can't tell because Penny is taking up the armchair. Oh man. How do I get back the menu? No, I don't want to practice. Oh yeah, you've got to use the gears for this. Got that. Hang on, CRT glasses, quick. It's like 8-bit version of Prime Mover, like you know, every version of Speed King. Speed King is more of a 50% simulation like revs and 50% like pole position. He's not exactly like Super Cycle or things like that, which is why I don't think you can have automatic gearbox version. The handling is not quite arcade, there is an element of simulation. But for a budget game, this is really good actually. Pretty much on a par with the C64 Mastertronic release. So, oh, there's 5 gears on the bike, that's quite a lot for 1984. 6 gears, what is this, a Ducati? Maybe it is Ducati. Changing down is a bit of a problem actually. So I think this passes the test. Your mate got Speed King from Mastertronic for £2 and he was like, that's quite fun, yeah, I fancy that. So you go and buy it for your Amstrad, same £2, same Mastertronic release. Yeah, you'd be happy. Obviously if you didn't like it on your mate's C64 then you won't buy it. But, I didn't actually want to practice though, that's the thing. Can you go back to me? Yeah, you can. Don't actually like that track, that one. Give me a bit, yeah, that'll do. Yeah, I'll stick with novice. There you go, just go straight to the race. Okay, it's a little bit more slowed down now when there's all the, but there is a hell of a lot of riders on the screen. This is like PlayStation Formula 1 levels, mate. How many bloody... slow down is one thing, but as long as it doesn't really affect the responsiveness of the handling. And one thing I don't like about Speed King is your gears don't get reset after you crash, which I suppose is realistic. But like I said, this is like, it's not an out and out arcade racing game, you know, like something like Super Cycle. There is an element of like, you know, realism that they were trying to put. Because, you know, Speed King was obviously by digital integration a full price release for the C64, way before Mastertronic bought it. So no, the frame rate is perfectly fine until you get like 10 million bikers in front of you, but even then it's still playable. So yeah, no, I think this is a win. He says whilst crashing out. Well, this is definitely a game you'd buy and you'd be like, oh okay then, bit of a challenge, you know, I'll have to put some time into it. You wouldn't throw it up against the wall and smash the tape like when you get Vegan Attack or some shit like that. So, nah, that's absolutely fine. Obviously, you want to be doing a David Essex accent and smoking while you're, you know. Actually, I'm going to have a look for that film again. Now that I've got a few more options, so see if I can see Silver Dream Machine. Because I was probably about 10 years old the last time I saw that. No, I think it's absolutely fine. Now I would play Kane, but Kane is an infuriatingly difficult game. So, and it is in mode 0. I have checked that on the screenshot. So. You have to be in 5th gear really to be overtaking them, but then you've got to be careful in the corner. So yeah, look, I mean, you put the effort in, it does reward you because the handling is consistent. and any kind of slowdown doesn't really affect your enjoyment of the game. I'm not going to say that anymore. Right, there you get the idea. It's a loading screen for a classic Axiom. I found another Galaxian type game. This is by Bubble Bus Software. I believe Axions is on the C64, but it's not very good, if I'm honest. Suffers from the old Amiga shoot 'em up problem, massive sprites. Now the other interesting thing is it's 1 minute to 11 PM and the sky is still not completely black. How weird. I guess we're in the summer. This is actually possibly the best summer for a very long time. I keep checking the BBC weather website for like, up to 2 weeks ahead, and we're still looking good, around 20-19 degrees, and nighttime temperatures range from 9 to 12. Don't give the humidity unless you click on the little boxes, but yeah. Unfortunately, summer lasts until the end of August, so that don't mean we're not going to have a heat wave, and I'm really not looking forward to that. Anyway, rubbish loading screen. But the graphics look quite good on CPC power. Oh, this is looking nice, isn't it? Oh, look how smooth they move. I'm sure if I could find my CRT glasses, I'll still have the same opinion. Written by Nick Jones. Okay, we're going to have to press some sort of button to start the game, I reckon. Didn't really. Alright, okay. 3 redefined keys. Left, joystick left. It's a weird thing. I don't know if this is supported in the Amstrad BIOS or something. Why didn't they just do that? I think one is a one player game. Oh bloody hell, those geezers are a bit close, aren't they? So it is Galaxians in a very claustrophobic way. How are you supposed to avoid them? So the graphics are really nice, but they are too big. But it's much nicer looking than the C64 version. That looks very pound shop, if I'm honest. You basically have to pick them all off before they get you in it. Will Mad Commodore manage to do a level? I don't know, sir. Very hard to tell. Oh man. Do I get to have just one to shoot? Yes, looks like it. So we are going to do a level. And obviously it's the same thing over and over. But the graphics are too big. Well, that's not really the biggest problem. See what I did there, mate? Oh, bloody hell. They're just too close to you. Really, this player one blah 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 score business. That's a shame. I couldn't really tell that from the screenshots, so yeah, it's a good thing I found Mooncrested then, isn't it? Without the bloody lens lock crap. Wow, this is actually using the full screen, so this is like 300 and something across by about 240 down. Dang! Hang on. 3, 4. Joystick control, 1 pound. 6. It's a fantastic version. Wow, it's really smooth and fast and everything, sir. It's a good thing I had a fantastic dinner. my dinner was so fantastic I had to have both my diabetic tablets. That's how brilliant it was. Yeah, it looks really nice actually. And effectively it would be like border free, because the graphics go right to the top and the bottom of the monitor bezel. I don't like this shit. It's massive, isn't it? Wow, it's real tricky actually. Ah, come on, man. I'm not very good at this. It'd be very difficult to do this game with this sort of screen area on the C64. And I suppose you could put the score up the top with sprites in the border. And you could put your shit right at the bottom as a sprite in the border. And the other sprites could go there. But you wouldn't be able to draw the star field in the border. So there we go. Ah, come on, man. I'm not very good at this. This is miles better than Astro Wars, which is the acid test. These graphics are really nice. Because I don't have my CRT glasses, I don't actually know where they are. They could be in the kitchen for all I know. So the only negative I can think of is I have to keep pressing 6 to start the game. Other than that, this would look fantastic on your 28-inch Ferguson CRT TV that you had. No, wait, that's me, isn't it? As a kid, obviously, I'm talking about. Ooh, it's a very, very tricky game. Very tricky. That was very risky, sir. That was even more risky. God damn it. Get back up there, you bastard. That's so risky. It is so fast and lag free. And slowdown free as well. That's the thing. Oh man. Don't be rude like that, innit? Amy's going in the emergency litter tray outside the room. Look at the high score, 25,000. No way am I going to get to that. But this is a game that you would want to try and get that sort of score with. Wow, it's a really tricky game. This is very interesting. See, people go straight to like Donkey Kong as like one of the best early arcade conversions, licensed ones, I guess. And on merit, this should actually be better because no, that huge massive ship. I'm never gonna miss them. It's absolutely fantastic. There's not even any jitteriness or anything on this scrolling, and it's an early game. Ooh, I could really do with like some Coca-Cola or something to help the situation. And this bit's really good because you've got the loading screen graphic there and you've got the star field underneath. It's very nice. The sound effects are close enough to the arcade. So this is a 1986 game, which is the same year that Ocean released Donkey Kong. Very interesting. Yeah, anyway. Let's have another go, mate, as you do. Trouble is, I turned the projector off now, so I can't turn it on for at least another hour or something. So with something like a zip stick, I was going to say, you stand a fighting chance, but not with my gameplay skills. He is very dark at the moment. I don't think if I had my CRT glasses it would help very much. Yeah, this is right up there with Donkey Kong. And because this is a harder game to do because of the scrolling star field on the Amstrad, not the C64, and the fact that it is using like graphics outside the border. Well, they're not really outside the border because how are you supposed to avoid them ones? I don't know how I could avoid them. So yeah, this is like a full height game. They have actually bothered to learn how to define the borders. Like I said, that's not really a demo coding sort of skill sort of thing. Oh man, I think my scores are getting worse. Yeah, game over. Rub it in one, don't you? Only one left. Yeah, I think we found a new king in the north, mate. Well, I do live in the north nowadays. Yeah. Donkey Kong is fantastic. Couldn't really ask for a better version, but to replicate Mooncrester to the same sort of level, especially on a machine that has no hardware scrolling, and we've got super smooth scrolling starfield there. I think basically this has to be above Donkey Kong, so this is the new king. See, look here, the graphics don't go all the way down to the bottom, you can see that in it. But when the game starts, they do, because look, it's just changed. So the text has gone right the way down to like the top and the bottom bezel. That would be very hard to do on the C64, and people converting stuff like Galaxian and Gallagher to the C64 right now, they don't do that. And that's what makes the difference. If you don't have that extra screen height, you cannot replicate the arcade gameplay. It doesn't matter how good you code it, if you get the graphics exactly the right size, you'd have to shrink the arcade graphics. And this is really good. I would have really liked this back then. Alright, maybe 1986 is a bit late, but this is better than a hell of a lot of 1986 Atari ST and Amiga games. In fact, the only 1986 Amiga game worth of shit that I can think of is Marble Madness, because I do think Defender of the Crown didn't come out until very early 1987. Could be wrong, could add 2 to the list, but there is no Mooncrester on the ST or Amiga. There should be. Fucking should be. This is brilliant. Brilliant! I'm glad I found a copy of that stupid lens lock. Stupid! BBC Micro loading screen to the rescue. Well, here's a bit of a revelation. It's nearly loaded before you start moaning. My Amiga 1000 hasn't been switched on for a week and a half, I think now. What day is it today? I think it's Wednesday today, I'm not sure actually, it could be Thursday. Give me a break, I'm retired, don't matter what day it is for me. Every day is like a Sunday, except 5 of those days out of the 7 in the week are like a Sunday, sometimes, not every week, where everyone's fucked off and is nice and quiet. But yeah, Mad Commodore has been pretty much exclusively playing games on the Amstrad. It's a bit weird. It's very weird, especially considering hardly anyone in the Amstrad fanatical community will give a shit about all these videos I've done. I've got about 14 hours worth of bloody videos. Right, so there's no music, so maybe they should have included a cassette of the Sid soundtrack, because it is a really nice tune. I'm not being funny, mate. I'm not being funny, mate, but I think the graphics on the C64 version are utterly atrocious, mate. They're horrendous. There's no reason why they can't look like this. Very similar to this. It's a real slapdash 4-colour piece of shit. Is there a cat on my chair? No. Joystick selected. Enter to start game. Oh, here we go. So basically, Light Force is a Star Force knockoff. Oh, bloody hell. Well, the scrolling's quite nice actually. Does seem to be doing like a 2-pixel scroll rather than a single pixel smooth scroll, but other than that, the sound effects are fine. But who has the sound effects turned on the C64 version? No man likes sound effects on Light Force on the C64. But that's the only real difference with this game. You get better graphics and no music. Ah, fuck off, man. Not a high score. You're damn right it's not a high score. That was a shit effort. Now, if the bloody auto fire works on this, we might have a bloody chance. Because holding down fire don't really do anything. I'm going to stay right at the bottom of the screen, I think. Maybe there is the odd tiny bit of slowdown, but it's a very valiant effort, sir. Yeah, I'll stay over here, thank you. Where I can. Oh, you can't shoot them ones. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, bloody hell, madam. When the proper enemy's going to appear, never mind the meteors. Oh, fucking hell, I wish I never said that. Ah, right, okay, there is some jitteriness now with the aliens. But the graphics are much nicer. So like I was saying, I only used to load this up on the C64 to hear the music, really, after seeing the horrendous graphics. And your ship is way too big on the C64 as well. It's got Amiga-itis, as I like it. Ah, come on, man. You can't shoot them things anyway, so you just got to dodge them. You just got to go like that. I think that meteorite traps where you are, and so if you keep moving now and again, you should get away from it. Until you get these bastards, but at least you can shoot these ones. So. Ah, come on, man. God damn it. That was a tough call. Those yellow meteorite bastards are really pissing me off. It's really pissing me out. I'll turn the projector on yet. No, it's not that bad. Actually, it's a valiant effort for this game. Apparently it's in lasermation, whatever that means. Oh fuck, my fire button finger is fucking knackered already, mate. They could have at least attempted the music. There is a version of the Light Force tune for the ST. So, but you know, obviously Light Force didn't come out for the ST. FTL did do Oids, and I think it was Sundog the Frozen Legacy. Ah, come on, man. Just as I get to the nice Terra Cresta-ish graphics. I keep forgetting that you can move up, but enter your name, madam. That's pretty good actually. Like I say, all they had to do is include the audio cassette from the Hubbard tuning with it. Don't be rude, Mad Commodore. Yeah, I do like that actually. Let's see what else we can find to play. There was no loading screen. This is Killer Cobra by Mastertronic released this one. Ooh, 1987, that's quite late, isn't it? Okay. Looked a bit like Scramble. I was going to say, wow, that is a really smooth scroll, very smooth. Very, if anything, it's too fast for Scramble. That's really so smooth scrolling is very possible on the Amstrad, even if you're only software blitting. Well, you're not really blitting because there's no blitter, but you know, about 50% of the screen. But you know, that's it's very impressive scroll routine on this thing. Very difficult to hit the oil though because you're going too bloody fast. Unless you want to crash into things. This is really impressive actually. If there was a way to slow down the bloody scroll. It's the first time you're going to hear someone say, I wish the scrolling wasn't this fast. And if they do say it, they usually mean fast and jerky, you know, character based scroll. Even though there's no character based screen on the Amstrad. I know that, mate. It's bloody brilliant. See, a good scramble clone, I would get to the Comets, which is level 3. We've effectively died on level 1, so it is scrolling too fast. But like I say, that's very impressive for the Amstrad. And it is a full screen actually, it is the full 40 columns by you know, 25 rows. 320 by 200, although this is 160 by 200 mode, which is correct. This is very impressive. Ah, come on, man. I think there is like some sort of program you can type in on your CPC power page and run it, and then when this loads, it will have some sort of trainer options. Now, obviously, if I had, you know, 6128 and go take USB floppy drive, I'd be able to download the trained copies of the game. Ah, come on, man. God damn it, I've died at exactly the same place. CRT glasses are working well, sir. Well. Is there going to be any like UFOs or anything? No, straight onto the sea. Ah, fucking hell. Ah, no! But we are in Sector 2, so is there going to be any like UFOs and shit? Next time I'm going to take the high road. Take the high road, Mad Commodore. No, it's just a more difficult cavern. Oh, I think I clipped the stalactite, I believe the top ones are called. The ones on the bottom will be stalagmites. I only know that from Smurf Rescue. That's really impressive technically, but it actually scrolls too fast to really be playable. It scrolls at about double the speed of Scramble or Super Cobra. I think Super Cobra scrolls at the same speed as Scramble. But it's very impressive because there's no slowdown and it is doing a pixel scroll. Ooh, that's a bit of a turn up for the books then, Matthew. Please wait, let's hope there's a loading screen. Well, there's quite a lot of virtual tape to be played out here, so I hope there is a loading screen because the C64 had a really nice loading screen for Kane. Can't remember what it's like for Kane 2. I don't think I've loaded either of those from tape on the C64 yet. I haven't actually turned on New Faithful for about at least 3 weeks. Now what you don't know is I actually had a video of me setting up my new old boxed Commodore 128D. I actually deleted that video because wasn't long after that I discovered Amy was very ill, and we had to go to the vets and everything. I don't know. I just didn't really want to remember that day. What a horrible day. She was very, very ill. If I hadn't got her to the vets the same day, she may not have made it. If I'd had to wait, I had to insist that the vets see her the same day. So, which is actually for me is unusual, because I don't actually want to go out and risk getting COVID. I mean, for a start, my nephew's having chemotherapy, so there's that. So I don't want to pass it on to anyone else who might pass it on to them, even if I don't directly see them. Because you never know. Genetically, I could just be one of those people that get asymptomatic COVID. I might have had COVID many times. I'll never know, and I don't want to find out the hard way, mate. But yeah, that's how serious she was. I was like, nah, this is not right. Amy is quite a forceful cat, and she's very strong, and for her to not even have the strength to stand up for more than a few seconds on top of everything else, there must be a loading screen. There is so much data to load. It's not even doing the raster bars or anything. Well, if there's a loading screen, right, you do get a loading screen. See, how could I time these things any better? Now, the weird thing is, loading screen on the C64 version actually looks nicer. This is okay, at least it's in mode 0, but they've got some very weird colours going on there. Why have they just got yellow with black dithering for like the sand? Why isn't it orange? Very weird. Why would they have done it like this? There's not much shading going on the guy either. His face is just orange and black. If I count those colours on the screen, I'm not seeing 16 colours, which doesn't make sense. Because whether you use them or not, mode 0 on the Amstrad allows you to have 16 colours in any combination anywhere on the screen out of the palette of 27. So, very weird. And why wouldn't they just convert? I suppose maybe it was difficult to convert, from one format to the other, because that dickhead Alan Sugar decided on the 3-inch disk drive. Talk about make things difficult for everyone. I've got loads of 3-inch discs actually, but not only have I not got a 6128 in any condition, but also they're all for the Tatum Einstein, but I've got probably 100 of them, and some of them are still brand new. Anyway, you've seen the loading screen, and it's not bad, but I think it could have been better on the Amstrad. Usually it's the other way round, but anyway. Kane has loaded. Looks to be a full screen. Which is the one I want. Okay. Let's go with a bow and arrow. It's a ride to Kane I don't really like. Didn't say I was any good at Kane. Ooh. Oh man, you can't go any further forward than that. Winner chicken dinner. I don't think they're chickens though. Come on man, gotta get one of them. Oh man, that's the funny thing. When you fire like higher up, they go faster. I don't like this one. Although with a slowdown I might be able to do it. I think the horse may be a little bit smaller than on the C64. It's an interesting budget game, I must admit. It's better than paying 10 quid for Back to the Future 3 for the same shit. Actually, I don't know what Back to the Future 3 is like on the Amstrad. I don't like it on the... Actually, it's Wrath of the Demon. Alright, okay. I think we've got to shoot some baddies here. There we go. Okay. Oh man, he got me in it. Practice the train ride. Did he? I don't know what you got to do though. I think you just got to... How am I supposed to bloody jump that? You asshole. You only get one life with the practice. Okay, well, you get the idea. It's pretty similar to the C64 version. So the Rescue on Fractalus Osiris and Mr. PW, who had Atari, and I had the C64, works quite well here. If you saw your mate playing this on his C64 and you had a go and you think that's alright and you thought, yeah, I don't mind that for $1.99, I think that's pretty good. And then you bought it for your Amstrad, you'd be quite happy, I think. Let's check out Chiller next. Chiller night. Apparently this is our loading screen for Chiller. 6:18 in the morning. I had a very weird dream yesterday. In my dream... Oh yeah, they do have the music. I'll tell you later about the dream. Richard and David Darling. But did he actually do this version? Oh, programmed by Ed Hickman at the top. There you go. Oh, at least that bit is still there. So obviously it has to have version 2 of the music, which I don't like on the C64. Well, actually I don't have to play it, you get to see all the screens. This is a bit of an iconic game. I had the first version with the so-called, you know, copyright infringing music, although I can't see it. Is that what this screen looks like on the C64? Well, the others look very similar, so I guess it is. The graphics make me laugh on this game. They're shit and they're proud. Bit like Sensible Soccer on the Amiga. They're shit graphics, but they're proud of their shit. 5 levels. I didn't know there was 5 levels on this. I don't think I got past the 3rd level on the C64. That might be the last level. I'm going to have to check out a long play of the C64 version now, but only after I loaded the real tape. I got a few copies on tape. I should have like 5 or 6. I went through a stage of like buying copies of Chiller, just to see if I could work out which one had the original music. Because people who actually go to the effort of finding that out charge a lot more. It's like they want like 30 quid. Oh bloody hell! It's worse than the C64 version. So you just have to get the crosses basically and avoid everything. Oh, no. I didn't want to go that far. Right, thank you. My cat's putting me off there. This one's a bit weird. You've got to avoid these raindrop type things. Oh bloody hell, look how much energy I lost there. That's the thing, when you lose a bit of energy, you go really slow. Oh bollocks, mate. How'd you get down the level then? Well, you've seen all the screens, so I don't have to play it anymore. So I can tell you about my dream. It was a very weird dream, that was. Have you ever had a dream where in your dream you've woken up and but you haven't actually woken up, you're still dreaming? It's the kind of stuff you see in, like, you know, fantasy TV shows and films. That's basically what happened. And so it was 18 minutes past 6 in the morning. I looked at my watch, same watch that I have. I woke up in my bed, same bed, in this house. And I went downstairs and picked up the phone for some reason, the cordless phone, not mobile. And there was like some, well, I thought it was an automated message. And it was the voice of a woman, and it was saying something like, well, you're going to be charged a lot, or you can't make calls anymore, or something like that. It was really weird. And I was like, oh bloody hell, or something. And the voice replied. So I'm on the phone to this woman, and then I click, because it started off as the actual cordless phone I got now, but by the time I got into the solarium stroke breakfast room, whatever you want to call it, it had changed to my old cordless phone that I had 10 years ago. I've had this one for like 7, maybe more than 10. So I knew that's when I was like suspicious I'm not in a dream. So I'm in a dream, but it's not a normal dream, because in a normal dream that doesn't happen. Now then I look out the patio windows, which now magically have curtains or something, or blinds, which I don't have at the moment because that room's not finished. In the big living room. And there's 3 cats in the garden, and they're the size of like husky dogs, Alsatians. They're massive. And it was either Coco or Penny. One was a calico, one was a black cat, although the eyes were very cartoony and weird. And the other one was Jonesy. It wasn't Aslan. Aslan's face is different. I thought, that's weird. They were sitting under the tree. And then when I saw that, I'm like, this isn't real. I haven't woken up yet. And then I actually woke up, and it was still, you know, like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like, oh, thank fuck for that. That was a very weird dream. And this is a very weird game. And I think this is a pass, because it don't exactly play brilliant on the C64 either. The graphics are very similar, and this music is similar to the version 2 music of Chiller on the C64. So if your mate got it on the C64 and you bought it for your Amstrad for £2, assuming you liked it on the 64, I don't think you'd be disappointed really. So it's a pass, I guess. Yeah, I know I did do this, but the camera ran out. So this is Wrestling Superstars by Codemasters, 1993, so I guess it's $2.99 then. And it's about as far as it got before the camera battery went. Computer battery says no. Actually it's camera battery, but anyway. Very colourful. Well, I'm doing better than I was last time. Oh, his recovery time is a bit good, isn't it? Come here, little bastard. So that's a bit of a cheap move, I can keep doing it. It's a bit like the sweeping move on the exploding fist, isn't it? There we go. I believe I sorted him out 1 time, 2 times. The opponents all look the same. Let's do the old bouncing on his face business. That seemed to work well for me before. In the corner, innit? Come here, stop recovering your energy, you bastard. I don't like the recovering energy bullshit. If you had a rubbish joystick like the Wicco boss, you'd be fucked on this, I tell you. Come on already, mate. There is a time limit though, so as long as you don't knock me out or anything. Right, I'm going to have to try and throw him or something. Screw you, mate. Yeah, he seems to be recovering a lot more now. Yeah, I don't like the recovery business, I must admit. But maybe all wrestling games are like that. But I never checked this out on the C64, even I don't know if it exists, so I'm not really nuts about wrestling. I need to grab him a few more times. Come on then, grab me so I can sort you out 1 time, 2 times. Yeah, so yeah, look how fast his energy recovers compared to mine. I don't like that. Mine is not recovering. That's bullshit. I'm still gonna kill you, mate. Just have to imagine you're the guy treating his dogs like shit a few doors up, mate. Obviously, I won that round. Why's the tape motor coming? Right, so it is a different guy now. We've got the standard London Mohican now. Although it looks exactly the same as the graphics of the other guy, with like a different hairstyle, so yeah. This would be really good as a 2-player game. But I don't like the way their energy refills so quickly. There you go. So maybe there's some moves you could like get from the instructions and stuff, but yeah, it takes a lot of effort. That's the thing. See, it's unfair. So as long as you can have a 2-player game on this, then that's cool, mate. There we go. Look how quickly his energy goes up. Why doesn't my energy go up? Coco, this is very expensive hard leather executive Bulgarian bullshit Balkans wanker 5 doors up cocksucker shit. Yeah, so it's alright as a 1-player game, but as a 2-player game it's probably be okay, I reckon. Be quite fun. The graphics are quite nice, the music's okay. There's no David Whittaker Panther or nothing like that. Yeah, they didn't do Panther for the Amstrad, sadly. Well, actually, I was going to see if I could check out Xenon. Oh, he got me. Ah, what a cocksucker. Nah, I'm not paying attention, see. Anyway, that's that. So don't complain. Don't say I don't show you anything. So I'm going to be checking out Xenon now. Hopefully it has the David Whittaker music. I've got the cable to connect the Amstrad to the hi-fi. I don't know if it will reach, but I haven't connected any speakers up to the hi-fi yet because there's no room at the moment. I've got about 5 large disc boxes I need to put somewhere else. Yeah. There's loads of games I had, like pirate copies of, that I haven't found yet. Yo Joe, that's one, I believe that's on the yellow disc. It came from the desert. I've got the originals for It Came From the Desert, but I don't like using originals anymore, just in case the discs get scratched. I've got 2 copies of it, so I might sell 1 copy. I've got 2 copies of It Came From the Desert and 2 copies of Antheads, actually. Might even have 2 copies of King of Chicago, but neither of those actually load at the moment. It don't really matter. Zack McCracken doesn't load, which is a shame because I want to sell that, and that'd be a nice little earner. If I had 18 of those, could claw back some of the expenses we've had this year, unexpected ones. It's quite a nice loading screen actually. Very action-packed loading screen. Now the idiots at Melbourne House, and I believe Arcadia was the name of the company, tried to pimp Xenon, the Amiga conversion, as an arcade game. What fucking idiot is going to play that shit at 50p a go or whatever? Oof, I'd rather play a 5-year-old cabinet of Gradius for 20p a go. Any day of the week, mate. That was a shit. There is one game that was on the Arcadia system, and Nolan Bushnell had something to do with that, and that's the only one that didn't get released. But the screenshots looked quite nice actually. Looked a bit weird. I can't describe it. Foghat, what are you doing, mate? Coco's been licking her fanny all day. I think she's become lesbian. That damn last vertebrae, as we used to say many decades ago. So yeah, famously Xenon, which is the correct pronunciation, on the C64 does not have the David Whittaker music. It's very strange. They got some other company to do it, like licensed it out to another company, and that company got another musician. It seems really weird, I know, but so I do like the tunes on Xenon on the ST. I did actually have Xenon on the ST, but I believe it was a copy. I'm not sure what's happened to all my copies actually of ST games. But I'll probably have an original somewhere as well, because I've got loads of those Atari multi-packs. I've got the Atari Summer Pack somewhere, which means I do actually have the original International Karate for the ST. Aslan, what are you doing, mate? That is Aslan. No, it's not. It's Jonesy. Jonesy! What are you scratching up the storage boxes for? Yeah, that's another thing. If you catch scratching at the window, what they're basically saying to you is, I know this is an opening, I know I could go outside, just open a bloody window, but until you do, I'm going to try and open it. However, Amy does actually know how to open doors. Use keys to open doors. No, that's in Gauntlet. But Amy used to actually go up on her hind legs, grab the handles, pull them down, and the door would open. But that only works if the door opens away from her. If she's inside the room and she does that, she can't open it, because obviously she can't pull the handles while she's up on her. Yeah, don't be stupid, man. A bit more of my decaf coffee. So I can't say I've ever played this on the Amstrad. I seem to remember on the cracked version of this on my ST, it was possible to actually play the little animation with the sound on its own days, where it says Sector 1, Sector 2, that business. So, yeah. Anyway, you've seen enough of the loading screen. I gabbed on enough, so we'll wait for the game to load. This could be a multi-load because it's only loaded like 75% of the tape image. Oh no, hang on, it's still loading shit. Oh no! Oh crap. It is the same music actually as on the ST. It's very slow though. It's very slow. Oh bloody hell, bullet time. Look what I'm saying, man, with the bullet time, innit? Why are you taking so long to fire? Oh bloody hell. Look at that, it's bullet hell in bullet time. Ah, the little ladybugs. He's very much like a chunky version of the ST game, but with rubbish scrolling. But graphically, it's very good. Why can't I fire anymore? Don't tell me you run out of bullets, that's bullshit. I don't like that. Hang on, you can use a spacebar in it. How do you get the plane to come up? Maybe I have to pick something up. It's been a while since I played this game. See, now he's not firing at all. Why doesn't he fire? What have I done? See, look, you can hear me pressing the bloody fire button on the joystick, and sometimes it don't fire at all. Like now. Nah, this is unacceptable. You can't have a shoot 'em up that goes at 2 fucking frames per second. The only good thing about this is the music. Look, sometimes you just cannot fire. I don't understand why. That red bar is obviously my energy, but what am I supposed to do if I can't fire? Do you have to pick up like extra ammunition? I don't think so, but maybe. And why can't I turn into the airplane? Yeah, look, it stopped again. See, I turn around to shoot them and I've got no ammunition. Is that ammunition? No. Oh, it's nice music, I guess. This fucking bastard, The Spy Who Loved Me by Domark. This is the loader. It's what it's been like for fucking 10 minutes now. What a piece of shit. Screen don't go black, there's no raster blast to hypnotise you, and no, you got to sit here like some chump and look at this screen. Oof. Can you imagine what the quality of the scrolling routines are going to be like? Well, we're going to find out, mate. Oh, and it's a multi-load as well. Of course, fucking of course. Licensed game, multi-load. Standard practice, mate. Oof, I'm going to need at least 2 chocolate biscuits to recover from this one. And that's before we've seen what the scrolling's like. But I can't remember what it's like. So yeah, we've had some real good highlights on the Amstrad, must admit. Golden Axe was a bit of a revelation. And so was Mooncrest though. I used to, yeah, here we go. Turn tape over and rewind. Oh, I don't have to rewind shit, mate. Go, and then what? Doesn't say press space or nothing. My genius levels of IQ had to make me press space. I come on already with a massive pause at the start of the fucking tape image. Right, now the actual sky is completely the same colour from horizon to above my head, and it's like midnight, so oof, let's hope we don't have a hot summer at all, mate. All those COVID spreading wankers going on holiday, they can have the hot sunshine in Central Europe, mate. Britain is not designed for hot summers. Our houses do not handle it well. Fuck me. This is not much better than the so-called loading screen. Now Coco, what's the matter with you, buddy? You've been sitting there this whole time. But you don't want to be stroked and you don't want to be picked up, so maybe she wants them Webbox treats, you know, the meat sticks that you give your cats. Well, speaking of cocksuckers who treat animals badly, that cunt, like 3 doors up from me, who's keeping his 2 dogs in this like big cage at the end of his garden, every time I look at him there, poor thing, one of them was whimpering now. Usually they're barking because they're unhappy, as they're whimpering now. What a cunt. How comes I never meet any of those you know, animal rights activists, you know, the real nut job ones who are a bit touched in the head, the ones that would fucking smash your head in with a hammer if you forgot to feed your cats, like once in one day. Those kind of people. He needs to bump into some people like that and have his fucking head caved in, mate. Ooh. So I did stop the tape just in time. And now what, mate? You told me to stop the tape. I even pressed space even though you didn't tell me to. And now what? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, fucking hell. And now the battery warning is flashing. Well, do something then, you cunt. Ah, Domart. Fucking wankers, mate. He said stop the tape. Well, I know it's going to be number 3 here, so we're not doing anything, so I don't think this is right. You're going to hear that whether you like it or not. Do you have to press stop on the tape deck? You won't know that. 1 to start the game. Fucking Domart is run by fucking wankers, mate.